So this is just a video on how sprinkler systems are not all created equally. So the best way to learn how to fix a sprinkler system is first by learning how to install them and installing them the correct way. Once you've learned how to install them the correct way, then you can start working on systems that are new and you can sort of figure out how it's supposed to go. Then from there, you can then transition into working on systems that were installed by people that maybe didn't know exactly what they were doing and just used the best materials at hand. Now, I'm going to take you over to the well house. I'm actually in Brownwood, Texas, and the way this system operates is quite obviously it wouldn't operate off city water. Instead, they've got a pump going into the lake and they're drawing the water out of there. So because of that, they have to generate pressure in some way. So they have a submersible pump somewhere down there that's pulling the water out of the lake. And then in here, they have their pressure tank. And this is what actually maintains the pressure for the sprinkler system. Now, I know a lot of guys, they'll turn up to a job and they'll see this manifold, which has the best valves in the world, orbit valves. That was sarcasm if you didn't catch it. Some guys would look at this and be like, man, I'm not working on this. I'm going to replace this whole thing. The customer just wanted a system run through. They just want their system working. They just want some maintenance. They don't want a new system yet. So the first thing that you should do at any job is do a system run through, see what's working, what isn't, and then fix what you can see is broken, the obvious stuff like sprinkler heads, nozzles. When I got here, all of this wiring was wrong. Only 2 of the valves actually showed good ohms reading. One of them showed that it was grounded and the other one showed an open line. So I started off here, redid all of the wire splices, got a good ohms reading at the controller, and then I started my system run through. I connected up my Romex cell to my controller, ran through all 4 zones and got everything working. I'm now going to take you to the controller. And here we are at our controller again, state-of-the-art controller, straight from Home Depot. It's a Rainbird, and yes, it works. Should they have a better one? Of course, there's so many better options that they can choose, but do they want to actually spend the money when this is already working? Maybe. Finish the service call, show them the whole system, and then when you're finished, that's when you do your upsell. I've already been here for 2 hours doing a system run through, getting everything up and running, and now everything is working a lot better than what it was when I got here. Could there still be improvements? Of course, this is an old janky system, but they weren't expecting to spend thousands of dollars on me doing a repair. They just wanted a 2-hour service call so that they can actually use their system. So the takeaway from this video is that if you want to get into service, start by doing installs and then practice troubleshooting the systems that you're working on, and then practice troubleshooting newer systems. From there, you can then transition into working on systems that were installed by people that maybe didn't know exactly the right way to install it. And you'll find it a little bit easier once you've done that, because then rather than looking at a system like this and going, man, they need a brand new system, we need to rip everything out and start again from scratch. Instead, you can actually get it so that it's working to the extent that the homeowners want it working, and then you can do your upsell. Then you can go and say, hey, I'd like to do a new valve manifold down there with better valves that are going to last longer. I want to install a filter, a downward filter, a sand separator down there, which will then extend the life of all of the control valves. I want to install a brand new controller, preferably one with Wi-Fi features. That way we can control it and I can manage it and I can keep an eye on your system. That way if you have any type of wiring issues or a stuck valve or anything, I can then notify you, get out here and fix it. But it's taking it step by step. Don't just jump into a job and say, this is rubbish, we need a brand new system. Instead, look at it, fix what needs to be fixed, and then have that conversation with the homeowner. Because at the end of the day, they're spending the money, it's their system, it's their choice.